Does a woman's respect for a man depends on his net worth? Or is the respect a woman has for her man measured by his account balance? Money and respect is one of the most crucial, literally in all relationships, and it is very controversial, and just this has actually created stereotypes in most communities, affecting men's view of women when they are still struggling financially. Some men often worry that if the money goes, the respect a woman has may shallow, and sometimes women are pressured to see men who are rich as deserving of more respect than men who struggle. At what point does lack of money becomes lack of respect? What is the link between money, respect, and a man's role? When a woman truly loves a man, she supports and respects him through tough times. But the truth is, money does affect the environment in which love grows. In the sense, it's much easier to be respectful, kind, and romantic when you are not constantly stressed about the next bill. But true love is not a transaction. It is a partnership. While money can build a house, it should not be a solid basis for long-term relationship. Character is what builds strong bond of love and respect. A woman who truly loves is not looking for a finished palace. She looks for a man with the vision to build one. And if you are that man, you have that vision, she respects you and your hustle. Whether or you are still struggling financially, she will support and have deep respect even before she tastes your harvest. Respect isn't lost because you're having a hard time, or because you're struggling financially, but can get lost when you lose your drive, when you lose your vision or your character. Now, don't get me wrong, she respects you, but you having a vision shows you are building and that you're not lazy. And that brings the deeper respect. Here's an example. Imagine this scenario. A man named James has worked in company for a decade, and he expects promotions and a salary increase. But suddenly, due to complications, he loses his job. And in time, expenses become overwhelming. We'll divide his situation into two phases. Phase 1, the vision. Even though he now struggles to make ends meet, respect is maintained. How? For the first few months, James is devastated. The palace he was building has crumbled. Now he and his partner have to cut back on dinners out, cancel a planned vacation, and live strictly on a budget. Even though he is struggling financially, his partner's respect for him remains intact because she sees him updating his resume every morning, looking for jobs online, taking online courses to stay competitive. He assists in handling the household chores, staying transparent about his feelings and his plan to get back on his feet. With this, James shows that he is consistent, and he hasn't changed just because his present circumstances changed. He still has a vision even though plans changed. And this doesn't affect the respect his wife has for him. In fact, she will even support and respect him more. Why? Because he is still the same man who has a vision and is not broken because life happened to them. He deserves respect. Now picture Phase 2, the loss of drive. Imagine this situation the opposite way. James loses his job. He is devastated, paranoid. He starts drinking alcohol to escape and stops applying for jobs. He wakes up in the afternoon. He spends the day playing video games and becomes defensive, or loses his temper when his partner asks him about their progress. He stops talking about the vision they had for their life together. This is where the respect begins to fade. Not because he is broke, but because he is abandoning his vision. A partner can navigate a storm with you as long as they see you're still steering the ship, but you lose respect when your actions show that you have given up on the struggle. When you allow the challenge become a permanent identity rather than a temporary hurdle, you are no longer moving forward, and that kills the hope you both have. When you stop planning, you give her the feeling that she is building a future alone. Money is just a tool, but your integrity is the hand that swings it. The danger is chasing the currency and forgetting the man. Your wealth can be lost, and if your character and vision is only tied to your current financial status, you likely will lose your mind if you are not prepared for the unknown. If you gain the world but lose your kindness, your honesty, and your strength, you leave her with nothing to hold on to. A woman who truly loves you won't lose respect for you because you are struggling. She may leave because you have stopped trying. If you begin allowing your present circumstance to make you lose your vision or even worse affect your personality, it shows that you have given up, and that is going to leave her with nothing to hold on to. She fell in love with your soul, your character. Your character is who you are, and the moment that begins to change, the respect dies slowly. You see, respect isn't tied to the amount in your bank account, it's tied to your ambition, your aspirations, your discipline, and your integrity. These are things that should define you and not your current status. Money is a tool that provides security, and security allows love to breathe without the weight of survival. But never confuse a financial season with your value. Money has its place. If you have a vision, a true woman will respect your hustle long before she sees your harvest. In the end, keep in mind that money provides comfort, but your character provides the foundation. Build yourself, stay driven, and the right woman won't just love you for what you have, she will respect you for who you are. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't just want what's in your pocket. Every real woman wants the man she can believe in. Can you stay kind when your world is falling apart, or are you becoming someone you used to hate? I invite you to join me. I share weekly insights on protecting your character through the chaos. Join the channel for more. A community that's unraveling truth behind closed doors. Stay tuned.